What is up, guys? Let's take a trip down to Egypt and take a look at the pyramids there. First of all, you have to know that there are hundreds of pyramids in Egypt. But we want to look at the biggest one there and see how it was built, even though there was no technology back then. The biggest pyramid in Egypt is named Great Pyramid of Giza. And Giza is a town next to the capital of Egypt. It might not seem like it, but this thing is giant. It has a height of 146 meters, and they used 2.3 million blocks to build this thing. But let's go see how it was actually built. What's the most important thing when you're trying to build something? The foundation. And this thing with this much weight has an amazing foundation. If it didn't have an amazing foundation, it would have fallen by now. The awesome thing about this foundation is that it's a true north and south foundation. So if you look at it from north to south, it's perfectly north to south. And since it's a square foundation, the east and west is also true. The awesome thing about this is that there was no compass back then, and they found north and south with the stars. But however, they found it. They were really perfect, and they built it perfect. Whoever was the engineer in building this thing was definitely good at math. Most of the blocks you see on this pyramid is yellow limestones. When this thing was new, on top of the yellow limestone was smooth limestone. You know what's the weird thing about building this thing? Cutting and laying the blocks. Because back then, they didn't have steel tools, and the only metal that was available was copper. And as you know, copper is really soft. So basically they carve the rocks with copper tools, which is really hard. Interesting to know, inside the pyramid is a little bit weirder. It was built with granite. And as you know, granite is extremely hard rock. But how do they cut the granite? Scientists believe that they would cut the granite with a special rock, and they would use a dolerite rock. Dolerite is a volcanic rock and has different names like microgabbro or diabase. But let's go outside and see the exterior rocks. In video, the blocks might seem small, but each one of these rocks are 1 by 2.5 meters and 1.5 meters in height, and each one of them weighed between 6.5 to 10 tons. So where did they get these blocks from 900 kilometers away? The blocks will go on a boat and sail through the Nile until it gets to Giza. So how would they transport the blocks from the Nile to Giza? For this job, they would use heavy-duty sleds. When they wanted to move heavy stuff, they would use sleds, and with a lot of people they would push and pull. Historians believe that it was not only humans that were pulling and pushing these blocks. They would use animals as well, like donkeys and cattle. So until now, everything seems to work out. They built the foundation and built a couple stories of blocks. So the higher they go, this is supposed to get harder and harder. Interesting to know, around these pyramids there was a city, and the people of the city were extremely proud to help the king build this amazing pyramid. Ancient Egyptian culture shows us that they worked for the future. Why they did mummies? Because in the future they thought they were gonna come back. That's why they built these pyramids. Because they wanted their city to survive. And you should also know that a building that is built like a pyramid, it's the strongest building ever. And no hurricane, earthquake, or flood is gonna destroy it. Especially when the foundation is extremely done well. Remember, just this pyramid alone has 2.3 million blocks. This building was the tallest building for 800 years. What do you think about that? Please leave us a comment. Thank you for watching video. Please subscribe channel and don't forget to like the video.